Chef Brian here from the Prop and Gavel. Have you ever hung from a hot air balloon like that before?
No, I cannot say I have.
Yeah, me neither.
And I don't want to try it either.
Well, that makes two of us. And you know what? We're going to take two of us to make some fantastic stuff in the kitchen this morning. You're here with Prop and Gavel. And what are you going to make for us today?
Today, Joe, we're making, like I said, the bread pudding. This is our signature dish. It was actually the chef who made this originally. He said it was the first time he had ever made it. And it's for a very special person from up in Monroeville. And she enjoyed it. And so far it's been our signature dish, dessert, at the Prop and Gavel. Well,
it looks like it's going to be fantastic. Can't wait to get started. Now tell us a little bit about the Prop and Gavel.
The Prop and Gavel opened in May. It's a premier steakhouse, one of a kind up in Monroeville, and it's right on the courthouse square. We really pride ourselves on our steaks, and our burgers are actually, we grind the meat there at the restaurant.
So you know it's going to be good.
It's going to be good, yes, sir. And
so those are the specialties, steaks and the burgers. What else do you have on the menu?
Oh, we also have a grouper with seafood risotto. We also have some of our appetizers, of course, wings and chicken fingers. We also have a gnocchi dish that we make, and that's all made at the restaurant. So that's
it sounds like a lot of great stuff.
It is.
A lot of great stuff at the Prop and Gavel. So if you're from Monroeville, you haven't checked it out yet, you have to. Or if you want to go take a little drive and get some fantastic food, now you know where to go. All right, what are we going to do to get started this morning, Brian?
Okay, to get started, we have a dozen eggs, 4 cups of milk, 5 cups of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vanilla. And what we're going to do is we're going to whisk them all together.
I like how the ingredient that we have the most of is sugar.
and then we get even better when we add the brown sugar topping.
Oh, yeah.
So it is a rich dish, and
sometimes you just got to live a little.
There you go. Absolutely. So we're going to be mixing the eggs, whisking the eggs, the milk, and our vanilla.
And there it goes.
The best part is obviously your best part, the sugar.
A sugar explosion, I'm going to call it.
This is, a lot of people will get this to go, and then they'll have it in the morning with their coffee.
That's a great idea.
Wonderful with coffee.
You know what else is a good idea? We're just about a month away from Thanksgiving or so. You could pick some up to go and have that as one of your Thanksgiving desserts when the family and friends come over.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're whisking that all together. What's the next step in the process after that, Brian?
Okay, once this is all whisked together, we'll be pouring it on our bread.
Okay.
Which we use baguettes, which we cut into about quarter-inch cubes, and we'll be pouring that on, and then before we can actually put it all in the oven, we'll be doing the brown sugar drizzle, which will go on top of that.
Ooh, sounds good. So we'll do that in the next segment coming up. In the meantime, look for the recipe online on the Studio 10 tab, and you can find out more about the Prop and Gavel as well. We'll check back in just a bit, Brian.
Sounds.
I'm in the kitchen with Chef Brian Ward from Prop and Gavel. We're making a delicious bread pudding. Chef, what are we going to do next?
Right now we're going to make a brown sugar drizzle.
Okay.
And so I've melted half a pound of butter, about 2 sticks of butter.
More sugar.
The brown sugar, yes, brown sugar. And we're going to slow heat this and get it all mixed in and whisk the brown sugar into the butter.
So after we make the drizzle, about how long does it take before it's finished?
What we'll do after we've put the drizzle on, it'll take about 50 minutes in a 375 degree oven.
Okay.
We'll prepare a water bath for it. Then we'll put it in the oven. It takes about 50 minutes or until it's golden brown on the top.
Okay. So we're just going to let this melt up. While we're doing that, why don't you tell everybody about Prop and Gavel? He was telling me some awesome things in the commercial break.
The Prop and Gavel, when the owners originally started remodeling, the actual building itself back in the 20s and 30s was an alleyway. So when they started ripping out the old walls, they found that on the left side is a brick. The brick wall has an old Coca-Cola sign from the 20s and 30s.
Pretty cool.
It is really beautiful. But they also found out that the floor was a hardwood floor. They had someone come in and redo the floor, and it's just a beautiful hardwood floor throughout the whole building, which includes the building next to them, which eventually they're planning on turning into an ice cream parlor. We also have a upper deck. They remodeled the entire roof, so you can go to the upper deck, which is called the flight deck, which we reserve that. That can be reserved for parties, receptions, stuff like that. And they also have a back deck, which is not as scenic, but we also have that back deck that can be reserved. And the nice thing about the upper deck is that you have a beautiful scenic view of the clock on the courthouse square, which the courthouse itself was featured in the movie To Kill a Mockingbird.
Cool.
And quite a few other movies. So that's about, and the bar itself, which is, we have the bar is an antique bar. I can't remember where it was actually imported from, but it is an old bar that was imported into the Prop and Gavel.
Where are you located at?
We are on the courthouse square there in Monroeville,
Okay.
and can't really miss us.
Okay.
Can't really miss us.
Well, we're going to let this finish melting. It's smelling really good in here, and we're going to see what it all looks like when we come back for our next hit.
Back with Chef Brian from Prop and Gavel, a newer restaurant in Monroeville. We definitely encourage you to check it out. I've got my spoon, which means it's the third and final segment, and we're getting close to tasting time, Brian.
That's good. That's good. Yes, we are. After I put the drizzle, the brown sugar drizzle on the bread, I'll put it in the oven. But then I added heavy cream to the rest of it, and this heavy cream is what we're going to add to some that's already prepared.
All right, sounds good, looks good, and smells good.
And so this is the best part of it. I know you enjoy all the sugar, so it's got lots of sugar in it. Now
I'm going to be all wound up after the show.
Yes.
Looking great. And then you're going to put some fruit on top of it?
We have a little bit of blueberries and sliced strawberries, which we put in, sprinkle a little sugar on top and let that sugar, so there's more sugar. I forgot about that sugar too.
Uh-huh.
So yes, you will probably be wired to the hilt.
All right. So I'm going to try this out. While I take this bite here and I'm chewing, please tell us about an event you wanted to talk about for Halloween.
Yes, we have on the square the first annual Halloween bash on 31 October, Halloween. The Prop and Gavel from 3 to 6 will be hosting a costume contest.
Okay.
So that's what's going on Halloween, and also around the square we have a lot of other events going on. You can find that at the Monroe County's Chamber of Commerce website.
So lots going on for Halloween. Tons coming up, costume parties, fantastic food, and so much more. Definitely want you to try out the Prop and Gavel newer restaurant in Monroeville. You did a great job, Brian, and if you don't mind, I'm probably going to eat this whole piece. Is that cool with you?
That is great. Enjoy.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Yes.